Defense news in a nutshell. Your fortnightly guide to all that's happening in MINDEF and the SAF in under 5 minutes. Here's what happened from 14th to 27th April 2014. Minister for Defense Dr. Ng Eng Hen was in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia for the 14th Defense Services Asia and 3rd Putrajaya Forum. During his keynote address, Dr. Ng highlighted how militaries were moving beyond the traditional role of defense.
For centuries, countries have raised militaries for the primary purpose of protecting their country's sovereignty and territorial integrity. But today, militaries are increasingly called upon to deal with transnational security challenges related to terrorism, drug and human trafficking, counter-proliferation, natural disasters, biological pandemics, and cybersecurity.
As part of his trip to Kuala Lumpur, Dr. Ng also met with Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak and Malaysian Defence Minister Dato Seri Hishamuddin Hussein. Members of the Government Parliamentary Committee, or GPC, for Defence and Foreign Affairs, as well as GPC for Home Affairs and Law, learned more about the operations of the Singapore Maritime Crisis Centre at Changi Naval Base during a visit hosted by Minister of State for Defence, Dr. Muhammad Maliki bin Osman. They were briefed on the maritime security environment in Singapore, as well as how the centre facilitates information sharing, situation awareness, decision-making, and operational coordination among our national agencies in response to maritime security threats.
Well, the first thought that came to my mind was that now I know why Singapore is safe, especially when we are just a little tiny island with a busy port, busy sea lanes and things like that, and yet we are still able to maintain a very high level of safety.
NSmen from 702 Guards participated in exercise Golden Sand and conducted a battalion coastal hook to test its integration and operational readiness with other elements of the SAF. Minister for Defence Dr. Ng Eng Hen visited the exercise conducted at Pulau Sudong and witnessed an RSAF C-130 aircraft conducting airdrops to the troops.
This year is special because we have a full NS battalion of guards. Some have finished their cycles and volunteered to spend longer. And so that's been very positive. They did very well.
For more details on these stories, visit mindef.gov.sg. Now let's check out what's buzzing on our social media channels. Discussions to strengthen national service came alive on the internet when Dr. Maliki got online to chat with netizens on the ideas they had to improve NS. Some suggested that the SAF could hold talks for employers to help them know more about NS, raise the fitness levels of pre-enlistees with training apps and more convenient training locations, and ask veterans to give talks in schools as part of the SAF Schools Partnership Program. For more on the suggestions, check out our Cyber Pioneer Facebook page. Brunei Sultan Hassan Al Bolkiah visited the SAF's Multi-Mission Range Complex, or MMRC, and headquarters 3rd Singapore Division as part of a 3-day state visit. Guess what His Majesty got to do apart from viewing live firing demos at the SAF's MMRC? Head to our Cyber Pioneer Facebook page to find out more. Here's a shout out we've received.
Here's a shout out to you, Isaac Lee Ketsui. Thank you so much for being my buddy for these past 9 months. I love you, man.
Well, that's our defense news in a nutshell. Get to know us more through our social media channels. And this is JK from Power 98, signing off.